Hey, how's it going? YouTube, booktube, whatever you want to call it. Uh, Hi, I'm Gavin, or whatever you guys want to call me. I'm good with. I am still getting the hang of this. Still getting the hang of this whole book videos things. I've got some really cool things to show you this week. Got some book finishes. One book finish. I really was slacking on my reading this week compared to last week. I wasn't on vacation this week, so it was hard to kind of get back into the swing of reading at home. It's kind of like going for a jog after you just ran a marathon. Like, it's kind of hard. You kind of get sick of running a little bit. Because on vacation, I read like 3 or 4 books straight. Oh, here comes my cat. Hi, kitty. You guys want to say hi? Hi. Here she is. This is my cat. Oh, I'm holding her very poorly. Okay. It's okay. Come here. She is the sweetest. She's so lovely. She's probably just gonna lay right down in my lap for this whole video. You guys can see her. She's so sweet. Okay, talk about books. Or maybe she's gonna jump on the bed. I don't know what she's doing. I'm gonna ignore her. I'm gonna keep talking. This week I was really struggling. Been reading. She's gonna lay down. There we go. Here, I'll try and. I know this might not look as good, but I'm gonna keep her in frame because cat points. Hopefully it'll get me more views. I'm totally using my cat for views. No, I'm just kidding. She's just rubbing her face on my coffee mug. There she goes. She might lay down. Okay. But yeah, pretty not bad reading week. I had a lot of fun reading this week. But it did kind of get to the point where I felt like I was forcing myself to finish this book. Basically, I've been reading this book for the Sick Book Club, for Books Are Sick. By the way, great creator. Please check him out. He's so cool. His name's Nick. He runs the Books Are Sick. I don't know if you guys know, he's Canadian and he's got the beard and always wearing sick outfits. Huge Stephen King fan, which we'll touch on Stephen King in a second. But I wanted to talk about Jurassic Park. This was for his book club this month. Great book. Really fun. Really super duper fun. I really enjoyed reading this book. I think, though, my mental image projector, if that makes sense, like the part of my brain that is like my imagination and that is like what runs my book reading skill when I'm reading and what like helps me create mental images in my head and stuff like that was really tapped out because I read Frankenstein. And I don't know if you guys have this problem. Whenever I read a book for a movie that I haven't seen before, it takes a little bit more out of me, because I can't just associate characters' faces. I have to really think of them. So with Frankenstein, I've never seen a Frankenstein movie, and especially not one that was as dramatic as the book. Like I've seen like Hotel Transylvania when I was like, which is a great movie, by the way, super funny. But anyway, I've never seen like an actual Frankenstein, like a real Frankenstein, which I'm going to because that was the book club pick for my book club that I'm in with like my family and like some of my friends and stuff. I'm rambling, but essentially it was just a really good book. And the prose in that book, Frankenstein, is beautiful. I talked about it last week. I won't talk about it too much. If you want to hear about my opinions on that, one of my new favorite books. But Jurassic Park is a lot more fun. And it's a lot less character-y. And I'm a big, I love a good character novel. And unfortunately, this book was just not something I was in the mood for right now. And that's okay, and some of the great things about a book club is it can kind of force you to not DNF books. You got a little bit more incentive there. And I did push through with this book. And once I hit that 300-page mark, I really started to like it. It's a great book, super fun book. I would probably rate this I don't really have much of a rating scale. I really just do it off feel. So if I offend anyone, I'm really sorry. I do really like Michael Crichton's writing. The technical side of it was great. Loved Ian Malcolm. Loved Ian Malcolm. One of my favorite characters, which is Jeff Goldblum's character, I think. Which is weird because I have seen this movie, but I still was having a little bit of trouble because I haven't seen that movie since I was really little. But yeah, great book, super fun. I did kind of take a break with it and started a different book, which I'll try and hide. So I want you to guess, based on my age, what book this is. Some of you might already know, might be big fans of this. It's a fantasy book. And I loved it when I was in like middle school. So this is a reread for me, technically, because I don't even remember it. But this is Eragon. And Eragon is super fun. I'm only about 50 pages in, as you can tell. Like, not that far at all. I'm having a ton of fun with it, you know? And I think reading it as an adult, I can see a lot of the influences and a lot of stuff like that, you know? Because Paolini, he wrote this when he was like 15, which to me is like, whoa. Even though this is like full of some of the critiques I've heard of it is that it's, you know, a knockoff and things like that. I don't care. Who cares that I have more of something to enjoy? And I honestly, like, to me, this is like everything that I loved when I was a kid, making up my own story and my own characters, like kind of, you know, based on things that I love. And to me, that's kind of what this is. Oh, there she goes. The dog's barking. It's like a love letter to fantasy, and it's a fantasy book, and I love it. I'm loving it so far. It's super fun, and it's nice to sort of take a breather from these more heavy books and read something that's like this. It's awesome. Okay, book pickups. I got something super cool. I'm gonna run through these other two. High Fidelity. I know nothing about this book. I'm not gonna lie. It is here, let me move this back up. It is the book club pick for July for Sick Book Club, which is the creators one that I'm in. So I'm excited to go through this. It's something that I don't think I would have picked up on my own, which is I always love for a book club. That's why I do book clubs, to expand my taste. Super excited about that. Just got this today at Barnes & Noble. So really, really excited about that. Another book I got at Barnes & Noble today, The Devil in the White City. Now, this was really popular on TikTok a while ago. And I was excited to read it. I was like, this is so cool of an idea, like talking about the World's Fair and then talking about like a murder that happened there. And I was like, sounds like cool, like, right up my alley. And then I heard some bad reviews that said it was kind of not what they expected. And then in those bad reviews, I heard that it was like really focused on the architecture. And I was like, sorry, I'm so sorry. Let me close my door. I'm sorry. I was like, oh my God, I'm an architecture major. That sounds perfect for me. So I kind of went through this phase of being like, oh, I'm so excited to read that. And then I was like, oh, maybe I should hold off on that. Here's some more ideas. And then I was like, okay, I'm back to being excited about it. So that was pretty cool. Picked that up. Here is, I'm going to save this other one for last. I went to a used bookstore today. Baroque Architecture. Kind of a coffee table book. Some really cool illustrations and stuff like that. Probably use this for reference when I'm at school. I love having reference books when I get design stuck. You know, I just flip through them really quick. And yeah, so I picked that up used. It's really cool, really thick. Excited to kind of sit with a cup of coffee and just peruse through it, just browse, read a paragraph here and there. That's what those are for, you know? Yeah, here is something really cool. I know some people are going to be really excited about this. This is in It by Stephen King, first edition, which is really cool. I got it for only $50 because it was a local store. It's awesome. I've never read this book. I've always wanted to read this book. As you saw in my last video, I just got Pet Sematary. I'm just trying to get into Stephen King because all I've really read is like the first half of the Dark Tower series, which I need to go back and maybe reread or maybe just finish that series because they're great. But It by Stephen King, super excited to dive into this, especially with this sick copy. And the great thing about this copy is like, even though it's a first edition, it's not like a special edition. It's not signed or anything. And it's got a protective slip on it. I have no problem reading this, like bringing it out in public because it's pretty well protected and it's not like in bad shape or anything. So yeah, super cool pickup. I feel like I've been talking really fast. I'm drinking coffee right now. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. Some super cool stuff I picked up. I'm trying to think if I've picked up anything else this week. Oh, I just ordered online from Thrift Books a used copy of Guy Gavriel Key, I think is his name, Tigana, which is my brother, who I'm in a book club with. He picked that for our book club this month. So that'll hopefully be coming soon to my house. And hopefully I will enjoy that. I mean, it's fantasy. It sounds really cool. I always try to not hear too much about books before I start them. And then once I start them, I kind of hear a lot about it. That way I've already kind of got a preconceived idea of what I like about it before I go and see, like, okay, do they maybe drop the ball with this aspect that I like? Or maybe do they, no spoilers. I don't look up spoilers, but you know what I mean? Like, do I kind of like to see what other people like about it so that I know if I can be like, oh, I'm intrigued by something else that they really liked, or I hear sort of affirmations that other people really like that aspect of the book. Kind of like gives me a second wind if I'm struggling with it, which is what happened with Jurassic Park. Yeah. I want to say a big thank you. Last week, that video was like randomly posted. I was just like, this is a cool idea. I would love to have people to talk to. Got some really nice comments, really nice likes, subscribers, all that goodness. It was really sweet of you guys. It really gave me a little confidence boost and was like, hey, I can do this. Like, I can have, and that's all I really want is like a couple comments a week talking about books. Maybe I might make like a group me or like a Discord or something, maybe if I get up to that level of like something crazy, this is all crazy in the future. I don't want you guys to think that I'm trying not to be just talking with you guys right now. But like Patreon, Discord, all those things are like way in the future. But if that's something we're interested in, we'll talk about it later. But it's cool to see that this sort of on YouTube sort of conversation between us can happen. So yeah, I love that. Please leave comments. Tell me about it. Tell me about, Devil in the White City, High Fidelity. Talk to me about these books, guys. I love to chat. I love seeing it really was a huge boost of confidence to see that, like, people will interact with this and interact with me. Sorry, my hair is crazy today. It's been hot here, very humid, so my hair poofs up a lot. But yeah, I think that about does it today. But yeah, I guess there's the man himself. This is really cool. I'm really excited about this. But yeah, so I will probably get about halfway through Eragon and probably start High Fidelity if my copy of Tigana hasn't come once we get into July. So excited about that. I am working on kind of building up my repertoire of reading 2 books at a time. That way I don't get into slumps because I kind of have 2 different vibes that I can access at once. Because I tend to find when I stop reading, it's because I pigeonhole into one book or a series that, like, I'm like, oh, if I'm not reading this, I might as well not be reading because, I don't know, ADHD, whatever, bullcrap. But yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it for this week. Thank you so much for everything. You guys are awesome. Let me know if you guys want me to do like some videos. I know there's a comment about doing a top 5 books of all time. As we get towards the end of June next week, or maybe like early next week, I'll do like a mid-year recap. Because this has been like my biggest year for reading ever. I've been going back and revisiting great books from my childhood that I loved. Like some Percy Jackson, Eragon, obviously. And then also like things that I always have wanted to read, like Lord of the Rings I read this year. So yeah, I mean, we'll get to chatting. I'm excited. I feel like this is the exciting part. I have so many things that I've seen other people do that I get to make and put out there. Like top 5 book lists. Like, I love that kind of stuff. I love watching it. So hopefully I can get that out to you guys. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Hope you guys are having a good week. Hope you're not too busy with 4th of July celebrations, if that's something you celebrate, to read a little, get on your Kindle, get on your paperback, whatever, just have fun with it, yeah. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate all the love this week. It's been really special, more than you guys know. So yeah, I'll catch you guys soon. Peace out.